Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Tourism Minister Dominic Fedee has promised a big announcement on Friday as it relates to the reopening of the island's tourism sector. He was speaking on the program Travel Pulse Canada on Monday. The island's main economic driver, tourism, has, as the island's chief economist said, flatlined. Resuscitating the sector and the local economy will be done on a regional approach. Tourism Minister Dominic Fedee, speaking as a guest on Travel Pulse Canada, conceded that this will take some maneuvering, given that the islands of the region are at various stages of their COVID-19 fight and different stages of general preparedness. However, Minister Fedee indicated that St. Lucia is ready to go.
The ministers of the OECS meet last week. We've had the CARICOM heads of government meet as well. And Prime Minister Chasney here in St. Lucia was appointed to chair the reopening of the Caribbean on behalf of the heads of government. I, being the current chairman of the Caribbean Tourism Organization, also puts me in that position to reorganize the entire sector. So we've been working hand in hand to see how we can put the Caribbean in a good position. Now, islands are at varying levels of readiness. I think that we are ready in St. Lucia. You're going to see us making a big announcement on Friday as it relates to how we go forward.
According to Minister Fedee, no effort will be spent to ensure the health and safety of hotel workers and guests once the sector opens up.
They're going to be wearing masks for sure. Their uniforms are going to be laundered on property. They're going to have to shower before going back into their community. We will ask guests to maintain social distancing, and we will require hotels to have a few rooms to quarantine. We will also have, for example, that the guests are going to be socially distanced from each other. As we experiment in this first phase of the reopening, it's important that we do this. We know that it's going to be a scaled down service being offered, but the beach is still there. It's still wonderful. Pool is there. The rum is there. And all the things that you want for holiday are going to be there. You just have to enjoy them a bit more responsibly.
He noted that entertainment will be scaled back, but what he described as a tranquil and peaceful getaway will be offered to travelers. He also announced that Canadian agents will be rewarded with family vacation trips early on in the reopening phase of St. Lucia's tourism sector. He invited the agents to lock down in paradise. The minister was quick to add that mass tourism numbers are not the goal at this point. Staying with tourism, but further afield, a gradual lifting of borders has been proposed by the EU's executive in an attempt to kickstart a tourist industry hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. The message is that there will be a tourist season. Borders closed across the EU, including the border-free Schengen zone, but states are starting to reopen them. England's Health Secretary Matt Hancock said on Tuesday that big, lavish international holidays this year are unlikely, although some hospitality could resume from July.
We haven't made a final decision on that yet, but it is clear that we will seek to reopen hospitality, some hospitality, from early July if we keep successfully reducing the spread of this virus. But I think people are going to, social distancing of some kind is going to continue, and I think the conclusion from that is that it is unlikely that big lavish international holidays are going to be possible for this summer. I just think that's a reality of life.
Austria and Germany have become the latest EU countries to agree to remove travel restrictions. From Friday, there will be random checks at border crossings, and then on the 15th of June, free movement should resume. Many farmers in the south of the island have stated that the challenges accompanying COVID-19 are not their only concerns. Their newest plight is now the drought and the unavailability of water. While many of them express thanks for still being able to provide for their families, they are apprehensive about what is to come. Genevieve Gonzaga reports.
Farmers all over the island are feeling the brunt of COVID-19 in one way or another, whether it be through the loss of their hotel market, supermarkets buying in limited quantities, or the competing on the local market, given the glut of the same produce on the market and the fact that many people now have limited spending power due to unemployment. Many farmers in the south say despite the challenges they are facing, they are still very thankful. Farmer Rafael Xavier says because he lost his market, majority of his produce went to waste. However, he is still holding on.
I supplied produce to Ladera Hotel, that is Ladera Resort, and Jalousie. I am a zucchini farmer for Jalousie and watermelon to Ladera. And from the time that this thing is on, I cannot sell any produce. When it just came, I had some stuff in the ground, and I was just unable to sell them. Well, watermelon, I was able to sell it by the roadside, but the zucchini, nobody can buy that from you except the hotels and some rich people.
In addition to battling the effects of COVID-19, farmers are now faced with water woes as water levels in St. Lucia have reached an all-time low. One young farmer, Kanaya Montut, says the dry weather is affecting her severely as regular farming has now become difficult.
The drought is a major problem. It's drying up the plants. The soil is extremely dry as well. I can't produce new crops, plant new seedlings because the soil is, like I said, is dry.
She did suggest that the Water and Sewage Company as well as the Ministry for Agriculture collaborate to help farmers with both COVID-19 and water woes.
As a young farmer, I would suggest the Ministry of Agriculture, at least they could probably invest in the few young farmers with, they could provide them with a few water tanks, irrigation systems, so they can help them out.
Xavier, however, says there is not much he can do during this drought as there are no other water sources available to him in his community.
I depend solely on pipe-borne water. I don't have the water from other sources like the river or spring. I depend solely on Wasco. In the area that I am, I don't think neither government nor Wasco can do anything in that area because I don't even have a spring close by. I don't have a river close by. Okay, so I will not say that government would do something so that I could get water because there is no way I can get water from the place that I am. Okay, and there are not many farmers. I wouldn't say government would run irrigation water on that side because how many of us there?
The farmers are urging the public to conserve water as they believe the situation with the drought and the climatic changes will worsen before they improve. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzaga.
Europa Hardware will be giving back to frontline workers by way of a promotion. 50 frontline workers will receive the opportunity to walk away with top-of-the-line home cleaning equipment. Marketing manager Desmond Benjamin says the business simply wants to show appreciation to the heroes who are continuously putting their lives at risk for the safety of the public.
Frontline workers continue to exhibit true heroism throughout the COVID-19 pandemic as they continuously sacrifice their health for the well-being of the general public. In a bid to give back and show appreciation for the lion-hearted frontline workers, Europa Hardware has put together a promotion where 50 persons will receive the opportunity to win household cleaning equipment. Sales and Marketing Manager for Europa Hardware St. Lucia, Desmond Benjamin, indicated that the business is very passionate about showing appreciation for these hard workers.
We wanted to do something more tangible, so we came up with the idea of donating 50 pieces of the various machines from what we sell, premium quality stuff, to give to the frontline workers of St. Lucia, literally give it to them.
In order to be registered to potentially win one of the 50 machines being donated, Benjamin says frontline workers simply must like the company's Facebook page or come in to register physically at the hardware store in Marsad Grosile.
We will ask them to like our Facebook page, or if they can come in to our store to register, and we will pull off 50 of the lucky names, and those are the ones that will receive the prizes.
The marketing manager says the prizes range from leaf blowers to pressure cleaners.
That is hedge trimmers, leaf blowers, brush cutters, which we call weed eaters, vacuum cleaners, and pressure washers, 50 pieces to go to the frontline staff.
Benjamin says a separate donation will subsequently be made to various hospitals and health centers on the island. The sales and marketing manager says this donation costs in excess of 50,000 EC dollars. The hardware store is calling on businesses to find ways to show appreciation to the frontline workers. Registration for the promotion starts during the week of the 11th of May 2020, and the lucky winners will be announced and contacted on Friday 29th May. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more coming up.